Hello everybody and welcome to Craft with me, the Chronic Crafter. My name's Faye. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK and I have a love of paper craft. Today I wanted to take you through one of the Stampin' Up kits. This one is the Painted Wishes kit, and in it we are going to be able to make a set of gorgeous cards. So what I love about the Stampin' Up kits is they have everything you need inside. So you don't need adhesive, you don't need your additional gems, you don't need die cuts. It is all in here for you. If I can get it out. So the kits all look quite similar. They come like this. You can see we've got some double-sided tape, some really pretty gold twine there. And look at those blue gems. I am loving those. So let's get it open and take a closer look.
I didn't catch that. Could you try?
Here we go. Looks like we've also got some foam pads in there. Absolutely stunning envelopes. I love the way that the kits come with coordinating envelopes, and it also means you truly don't need to add anything. So we've got three, six, we've got 9 envelopes here. So I'm guessing we're going to be able to make 9 cards from this set. We have 3 really bright popping green panels, some nice delicate watercoloured flowers, 3 of those, and 3 of these panels. Then we have our card bases. So we've got 3 of these, absolutely stunning. We have got 3 solid panels, and then we have got 3 more solid panels. So in terms of sentiments, what's really clever about the Stampin' Up kits is they come in different languages, so you don't have to buy the specific kit for your area. So it looks like we've got 3 sheets with this saying, and this is absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see that, but there's gold foil and then the blue foil. Absolutely lovely. So we've got 3 of those. Thank you for your kindness. Again, we've got 3 of those, and again, isn't that foil just lovely? And then lastly we have, I'm going to guess 3. Let's have a look. Yep, 3, wishing the happiest birthday to you. And again, gorgeous foil. And if you did have a friend that speaks another language, then you have got German, French, and I think that is Dutch. So you can really customise it for who you're gifting the card to. All of the Stampin' Up kits come with an instruction booklet, and this will show you how to make the various cards, and will be what we are using today. So I really like this kit, which is why I chose it, unsurprisingly. I thought it would be a really nice kit to do a class with. You get a lot of bang for your buck, so you're making 9 cards with this kit, which I think is really great value. And as I mentioned before, it comes with everything you're going to need. So if you're like me and you're chronically ill, this is an activity that you can do from the sofa. You can do it from your bed. Or if you're somebody who's out of the house a lot, this is something that you could take along to work to do in your lunch break, because you haven't got to think about taking anything else with you. So we've got foam pads, gems, and then in here we have some double-sided tape and the gorgeous gold twine. All of these bags are really sturdy, so I keep mine and I use them to store various things in my craft room. So here are our instructions, and it looks like this is our first card. So I'm just going to fold this over so I can see the one that we're making. And the pieces that we are going to need are the green panels, so I'll get one of those handy. We're going to need one of the watercolour rose panels, is what I've decided to call it, so I'll pop one of those to the side. Going to need some of our golden twine. So for this kit you will need a pair of scissors as well, which obviously most people have already in their craft space, or I'm sure you could plan to take one of those with you. So the golden twine is going on this card, it looks like it's going on the second card and the third card. So you will need scissors, but even if you're assembling 90% of these cards, you could have the golden twine later. We are using that gorgeous dark blue card base. So I will get one of those, pop that to the side. And the thank you for your kindness sentiment. So these are all ready, pre-die cut for you. So you just pop them out and they're ready to go. So again, I'll pop that to the side. So the instructions are taking us through what we need to do. So first thing, green panel and the double-sided tape, which I have here. Just find the end. So looks like we're putting 3 strips of the double-sided tape onto the green panel. And this tape can be torn. You do not need to use scissors, which is always super, super handy. Just like that. So that's good. We like that. So I'm trying to get my pieces of tape straight, but probably doesn't matter. Last one on there. Now I have got the Stampin Up Take Your Pick tool. It's a dual-ended tool. On one end I've got the putty, which can be used for picking up small elements such as the gems, and on the other end I have the pick tool. If you struggle with lifting the adhesive, the strip from the back of the adhesive, potentially you are like me and have arthritis in your hands, then this is a really nice chunky way to help lift that backing paper. So I'm just going to go in at an angle. Sometimes it can really help to rub down your double-sided tape to make sure it is adhered to the card. And then I'm just literally sticking my pick under and then I can pull. Same thing here, sticking my pick under and then I can pull. Last one, put my pick under and then I can pull. And it just makes it that bit easier, which it can make the difference between being able to do something and not being able to do something. So we are sticking this on there, try and get that as straight as I can. And that's step 1. Step 2, we are flipping this over and we are adding the Stampin' Dimensionals foam pads. Now you can get these separately outside the kits and I really like them. Over the years I have used many different types of foam pads, and you will know if you've done the same that not all foam pads are created equally, and some of them have harder to remove backs than others, and I have always found the Stampin' Up foam pad backs peel straight off, minimal effort. They're not falling off, but when you need to pull them off they just peel off, which again makes a huge difference for someone like me. So looks like we're taking our green and watercolour panel, and then we've got our card base, and we're sticking that on there. Again, I want to try and get this as centered as possible. There we go. So card is starting to come together. Next thing is this gold twine, and I can see the end. Oh, that was much easier than I was anticipating. So they are suggesting that we cut 14 inches, I think, is what they're saying. Other really nice thing about these kits is that they come with a ruler along the side of the instructions, so you don't even need to have a ruler. Now, I think that 14 inches is going to be a lot. So we've got centimetres there and inches here. So we go up to 9. So if I put that there, that would be about 9. And then I'll go to 5. So that is 14 inches, which actually isn't as long as I thought. This is the part of the kit where I'm going to need scissors. There we go. Yeah, 14 inches is not as long as I thought for a piece of twine. So I'll get my instructions back, and it looks like this time we are flipping our sentiment over. We are taking 2 Stampin' Dimensionals, stick those on there, and then we are using the adhesive on the Stampin' Dimensional to hold our bow in place. Now, I have not done one of these before, so I just need to work out how they have done the bow, because I do not think it has been tied. I think they have simply wrapped the twine around in such a way that you get a nice bow. So let's have a go. Okay, so what you've got is, what I found easiest is to essentially have that as the middle bit, wrap it round both my fingers, and then you can see how that, with a little bit of bending and twisting, would become a bow. Now, it doesn't quite look like what they've got on the image there. Looks like I've got some more loops, but given my situation with the arthritis, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down onto the foam pad, which again, it's not perfect. However, once we flip that round, it's magically fixed. It looks like I've managed to stick it on to a different angle to the instructions. So the instructions have it going through the sentiment, and I've managed to stick mine on like that. But it doesn't matter. This is one of the really nice things about card making. Even though I'm following a kit, it does not have to be perfect. My card does not have to match what is in these instructions. As I mentioned, I have arthritis, and bow tying is something I find really hard in card making, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I am happy with what I have achieved there. The chances are I will be giving this card to a friend who knows me very well and knows that I have some difficulties with my hands. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to adhere that to my card base. Again, I want to try and get it reasonably central. And I am just going to trim this little piece off the end where it was the start of the twine and it's a little bit frayed. So I'll just do that. And there we go. We have our first card. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So that took about 10 minutes to make that card, which if I wasn't doing a tutorial would be a lot quicker, I'm sure. So card number 2. This time we are using the pale solid card base. You can get one of those, fold it in half. The sort of, I'm going to call that an oval shape or panel, which will go on there. We are using the larger, not sure what shape you would call that, but I cannot get over the foil on this. I love it so much. So we're going to need one of those, and again the ribbon. This time I will try to tie my bow correctly. So we're cutting our ribbon twine to 16 inches this time. So again, I'll fold out my ruler, probably go to 8, so then I can go to 8 again. And I'm just being approximate. I don't need to be exact. It's not science, it's card making, it's creativity. So that is... Oh, I forgot the gems on the first card. I forgot the gems. Let's just backtrack a second. Bring back my first card. We're using 2 of the larger gems and 1 of the smaller ones. However, again, this is card making. If you would like to use more gems, less gems, then you can do that. There is no such thing as the card making police. And again, if you wanted to stick your gems in a different place to what's laid out on the instructions, then you can do that. So back to card number 2. Again, we're taking this panel and we're sticking some double-sided tape on there. I'm trying to keep a neat rubbish pile of my double-sided tape, but not my strong point. So I made that first bit a little bit long. I don't like to waste any, so I'm just going to stick that down there and try and do a shorter piece. That'll be enough. So there we go. We have 3 strips on the back of this card. Again, I'm going to use my take a pick tool. I will rub the pieces down, make sure that they're adhered, and then go in and peel off the backing. There we go, and this is going onto our pale card base. Again, if you wanted to stick this the other way around to customise your card, you can do that. So, number 2. We are taking our sentiment and we are going in with our stamping dimensionals. The placement is laid out for us on the instructions, and we're going to stick 1 there for our bow. Here we go. Really wish I knew exactly how they had done this. I've never tied bows in this fashion where you're not actually tying anything. So I've done that one. Well, I had done that one in a similar way to how I did the first one. that gives us our 2 loops. Take the back off of that and stick that down as best I can. So then that's not big enough, so redo that one. So I have a loop going out that way, and I have a lovely loop going out that way, and then the pieces of twine going through them, which I'll sort that out more when I stick it onto the card base. Peel the backs off these. Just move those round, and then that is going into the middle. And now I can go in and just adjust that bow to make it look a little bit more. Again, I have managed to stick it the opposite way around to the instructions, which is curious, but it doesn't matter. Not going to worry about it. I've got a little frayed piece again, so I just want to trim that off. There we go. We've got some gold showing through. And now for our gems. The instructions are saying we're going to use 2 big ones and 3 smaller ones this time. So there's 2 ways that you could go about adhering these. You could either use your fingers, or if you have got the take your pick tool that I have, you could also use the putty end of that to pick up and place your gems. So I think I need one here. So there's putty on here that's got adhesive, picks up the gems and helps us place them nice and neatly onto the card, which I don't use it all the time, but if I'm having a bad day, then it's very useful. So I've gone off piste, done my own thing with the gems, but I like that. So that is our second card. So card number 3. This time we are using the printed card base, which isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I love it. So fold that in half. We are using the round wishing the happiest birthday to you sentiment. So I'll pop that out. And then we are using 14 inches of the gold twine. So I'll just get my ruler and measure out 14 again. Trim that. Again, approximate, not exact. I bring back my instructions. This card base, because it's so detailed, is doing a lot of the work for us on this card. So we've got our sentiment. It looks like we're flipping that round. We're adding 3 stamping dimensionals. And then we are adding our twine. So I'm just going to peel off backing for 1. And then again, to try and make a nice little bow with them. I'm sure there will be some people out there who have much better techniques than I do. I'm going to stick that down on there and then stick that piece down. So the problem with what I've done here is it's not big enough. My trails are too big and my loops are too small. I want to try and elongate both of those. There we go. That's better. And then I will peel off the last two Stamping Dimensionals backing. Again, I will sort this out once I've got it on the back of the card. And that just goes in the middle. The nice thing about using the Stamping Dimensionals for something like this is what it says on the tin. I'm just going to fix that. You are adding dimension. You are adding height. If you had just stuck the sentiment straight on the card, it can look a bit flat sometimes. So that's what's really good about using foam pads to pop it up. Again, I flipped my bow. Bows are not my friend today. And this time we're using 2 big gems and 3 small gems. So I will stick those down. I'm going to stick that one inside the loop. Stick that there. And that one there. And that is our third card. So there we have it. 20 minutes. And we've made 3 cards. Timing's not helped by my inability to tie bows. But there we go. Just like that. Everything we needed. If you had half an hour for lunch, you've got 10 minutes left. So thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more tutorials from me, then please do subscribe to my channel and please give this video a like. Thank you and bye-bye.